Every single time you walk into an airport, you're stepping into a space that's protected by this kind of invisible shield. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain in Pakistan and really get to know the force that's responsible for keeping millions and millions of travelers safe.
So who is it? Who are these guardians standing on the front lines, making sure every flight, every passenger, and every single piece of cargo moving through Pakistan's airports is secure?
Well, the answer is the Airport Security Force, or as they're known, the ASF. This is a federal agency, and believe me, they have one of the most critical jobs in the entire country, protecting the civil aviation industry from pretty much any threat you can imagine.
But here's the thing. The ASF we see today wasn't just created out of thin air. Its modern identity was literally forged in the middle of a major crisis. One single event that completely changed the game for airport security in Pakistan. Okay, so you can see the whole story right here. It all starts in 1976, when the ASF was just a small part of the Civil Aviation Department. Pretty standard stuff. But then, 1981 happens. A Pakistan International Airlines flight gets hijacked. And that, right there, was a massive wake-up call. It showed everyone that there were serious, dangerous gaps in security. So the response had to be just as serious. By 1983, the force was totally reorganized, pulled away from civil aviation, and put directly under the Ministry of Defense. This wasn't just moving boxes around on an org chart. This was a fundamental shift to a much tougher, military-focused security force.
So what does that organization, born from crisis, look like now? Let's jump into what their mission is today. To really get a sense of just how big this mission is, just look at this number. We are talking about a force of over 14,500 people. This isn't just some small security team, it is a massive, dedicated organization with a single, incredibly important purpose. And what is that purpose? Well, their job description is huge. It covers everything from counter-terrorism to preventing crime and just maintaining law and order. They are responsible for protecting every single inch of airport property, the buildings, the runways, the planes on the tarmac, all of it. So how do you even organize a force this big with a job this important? Let's take a peek inside and see how they're structured and who's in charge. And this ties right back to that big reorganization in 1983. Ever since its early days, the ASF has been led by high-ranking officers from the Pakistan Armed Forces. Right now, its Director General is a Major General from the Army, which just goes to show you how deep that connection to military discipline really is. And this table gives you a perfect snapshot of what that structure looks like. It's just like the military, right? You've got a clear hierarchy of officers and enlisted personnel. At the very top, you have a major general who commands a force that includes ranks like corporals right there on the ground. It's a classic paramilitary model. What that means is it's a civilian force, but it runs on military-style ranks, training, and discipline. It ensures a crystal clear chain of command and really rapid operational control. Okay, so right about now, you're probably thinking you have the ASF figured out. A tough, paramilitary, security-focused force, right? Well, this is where the story takes a turn you probably won't see coming. I mean, think about it. We've talked about counterterrorism, law and order, military leadership. But is that really the whole story? Does the mission of the airport security force really stretch into things like, say, education, community welfare, or even real estate? And the answer, incredibly, is yes. A big yes. The ASF actually operates its own network of schools and colleges, medical centers, and even land and housing authorities. This shows a completely different side to the organization, one that's really focused on building and supporting a whole community for its people and their families. And it all kind of comes together perfectly in their official motto, firm and courteous. This simple phrase just captures that dual identity, doesn't it? On one hand, they are a firm, disciplined security force born out of a crisis. But on the other, they're a courteous organization that's dedicated to serving its own community. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. Can a security force really be great at both the hardline world of defense and the softer side of community building? Is this complex, two-sided model something others could follow? Or is it just a unique product of its own incredible history?